So Revenge of the Fallen starts out with this flashback scene from like 100 years ago and such, where we meet the Fallen and the other Primes. Then after this, we cut to modern day Shanghai, I think, where Decepticons like Sideways and Demolisher are attacking, but Sideswipe, Ironhide, and Optimus stop them. Sideways gets cut in two in vehicle mode by Sideswipe. Then Optimus is fighting Demolisher, who blows a hole in his face. Then after this, we cut to Sam's house, where Sam is going off to college, and we then get introduced to Wheelie. Yep, and no, Wheelie does not have the rhyme thing from G1, thank God. Then after this, we Sam then finds like a shard of the Allspark that somehow got into his toboggan thing. Then it goes crazy and like turns his appliances to like kitchen bots, but Bumblebee kills the kitchen bots. After this, we then cut to Sam at college, as we can see in the... Wait, you can't see it, obviously. But after this, then I think what happens next is that Sam then meets Optimus in the cemetery and such. Then after this, we cut to the Mayala Trench, where Megatron was dumped in the end of the first movie. And then Construct Bots, then the Constructicons then take one of their Constructicons to cannibalize it into so they can form Megatron back to life. This is successful because Megatron then goes to this planet where Starscream is, and the Fallen, where Megatron says that the Allspark's been destroyed and such. Then I think we cut back to Sam's college, he meets this girl who turns out to be a Decepticon, but they kill the Decepticon imposter. But then after this, Grindor then takes them to this building with Sam, Michaela, and the other kid who I have no idea, forgot what his name was. Then after this, we let me think what happens next. I don't remember. Oh yeah, Megatron then tries to kill Sam, but this is failed because Optimus and Bumblebee come and attack the Decepticons. We then cut to this epic force battle scene and such. And then unfortunately, Optimus ends up dying of his wounds thanks to Megatron. But then after this, we then cut to this scene with Agent Simmons and such. That's much later in the movie after this Optimus' death scene. But then after this Agent Simmons scene, we then cut to the National Museum, I think, I don't know, where we find Jetfire, who's in his jet form, but they're able to bring him back to life using that little shard of the Allspark. Then, let me think what happens next. Jetfire then explains what the Fallen is, who the Fallen is, and what the original Primes were. After this, Jetfire then transports himself, Simmons, the kid, who I'm going to call because I don't know his name, Sam, Michaela, Bumblebee, Wheelie, Skids and Mudslap to Egypt, where we then cut to this, where they then have to go find the Matrix and the pyramids. They find the Matrix, though. They then cut to the pyramid where the machine is that's the Fallen's going to use to drain the sun's energy for Energon, but obviously this fails. Then after this, Decepticons find them, but the Nest finds them too, where they then bring the Autobots there to attack and such. But after this, Devastator forms. And there's also these weird Decepticon clones, like Long Haul's got a clone, and even Mixmaster, I don't know why. I think what happens next is that Bumblebee fights Rampage, then Jetfire comes back and fights Mixmaster and even kills Scorponok. Yes, he makes a brief cameo in the movie. Then after this, we, let me think. Devastator dies. That's one thing. Yep. Then after this, Megatron fires his fusion cannon at Sam, but Sam is come back to life. Wait, no, he does not die. He then takes the Matrix and puts it in Optimus's chest, which brings Optimus back to life, but the Fallen then attacks and then takes the Matrix, goes back to the pyramid where the machine is, but thankfully Jetfire sacrifices his life to like give Optimus his jet parts to give him power that will help him defeat the Fallen. And this does work because Optimus then gets the jet parts, then flies to the pyramid where him, Megatron are planning to like use the machine, but Optimus then fights the Fallen while also destroying the machine. Then Megatron fights them too, but Optimus slices off Megatron's fusion cannon and even blows half of his face off. And then speaking of faces, Optimus then fights the Fallen, and Optimus rips the Fallen's face off. Then after this, he then rips the Fallen's spark out, I think. Then after that, Megatron says, "This is not over." And yep. Then after this, they then cut back to like this scene on like this military boat, I think. It's like this, it's like one of those boats, those ships that are used in the Navy and such for like airplanes to land on in the ocean. I'm pretty sure you guys might know what I'm talking about. I don't know what the official name for it is, but anyway, after this, we then cut back. We then get Optimus's ending speech. Then we then cut to the credits. Anyway, yeah, there's my review on Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen, and yeah, there's my review. Bye.